Hi, Patrice here. I always say that. I don't know why I say that. But so this time I want to talk a little bit about codependency. So I I should do a video where I'm talking about how I learned that I'm codependent. Those of you who don't want to necessarily hear anything about God, y'all gonna get tired of me. It's all right though. But uh well, I'll do another video of like the different visions and all that stuff. Goodness gracious. I did not know I was codependent. I didn't even know what codependence was. But anyway, so what I wanted to share was that my one of my dearest friends, Evie, she sent me she's one person who has the privilege of calling me Patricia. She can call me that. People always want to, I'm like, my name is Patrice. And they're like, Patricia? No, Patrice. if I said, Patricia, then yeah. But anyway, so she says, Patricia, I watched the second video. I was angry and I wanted to cry as I listened. Then I hear Papa saying to me, I wrote her that letter. And all of a sudden, I was enmeshed in his love for you. Man, I was just speechless. And so that that really touched me, because I often will take out a journal and I'll say, okay, Abba, what do you want to say to me? And I had the hardest time with starting this remothering journal. My another dear friend, Rose, she's a new friend, but she's so dear to me. I love Rose. So she is the one who told me about the remothering journal, and she gave me some ideas of how to go about it. And I was so excited. I ran out right away and bought me a new journal. And because you can never have too many journals. Okay. And so, yes, you can. I got too many journals. But anyway, so I got this journal that says love you to the moon and back. And it's, for my inner child work and inner child work. So I had the hardest time starting the journal because I was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And my friend even gave me examples of what she wrote to herself. And I loved it. But then when it came time for me to really sit down and do it myself, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do this. And I wrote something one day when I just forced myself to write, and I didn't like it. And I haven't looked back at it or anything either. But I eventually started to just say, okay, I call God Abba. I was like, Abba, help me to do this. And he has. And so looking back on writing that day, I did just kind of like, when you're writing with God, there's like a flow, and it's pretty cool, because it's like you just kind of start writing when you feel like, I don't know, just feel it. And then you stop when you don't feel it anymore. You stop when you feel like, okay, I'm done. And that's what I did that day. And Evie didn't know that, but that's exactly what I did. And so for her to say that as she listened to it, and she started to be upset at first, and then God started to speak to her and tell her that he wrote that letter, the I'm sorry one, that he was writing that to me. I was just like, oh my gosh, because one, that's just like him. And then there was another instance in my life, another time where he I was like having all these miscarriages back to back to back. And one time I was yelling at him about it. I was like, because he kept telling me, you will have a son, you will have a son. I was like, stop telling me that. Stop telling me that. I'm tired of you telling me that. And I just keep losing all these babies. Stop telling me that. And it was like he got quiet. He got down to where I was. And I remember very clearly he said, "I'm sorry." Oh my God. I didn't even realize it was the same exact 2 words. Wow. Okay. So yeah, God is so sweet. He's so sweet and so kind to me. And my goodness. So yeah. So when she said that he told her that he was writing that to me, I was just like, oh, like, so wow. Um, I'm gonna this video is actually going where I hadn't planned, but it's all right. So I have some notes in front of me of things that I wanted to talk about with this, but I love that I am in touch with so many like my church family. I don't like saying that. They're just my family. And they're believers. But my family, they are all like very, very prophetic, and it's, oh my gosh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You can have a conversation with God in private, or have a dream or something, and somebody else like the next day or next week, maybe even next month or whatever, will tell you about it. And and it's like, what? And so it's always amazing with them. One of the other, I wanted to share a couple of things that Evelyn said in particular. She it was really sweet. One of the things that she said she sees this as a new foundation for me. She said, the Bible verse that says the creation is waiting for the sons and daughters of God to manifest. You're becoming the daughter that creation has been waiting for. And I was like, yes, because that's what I want. Because I mean, we supposed to be doing stuff, as believers. We supposed to be doing some big stuff, and I want to do stuff. Shoot, I ain't, just sitting around playing games. Another thing she said is that I see you being given the chance to grieve each thing that you're reminded of. I think he really wants you to grieve that way and rid yourself of each thing that was wrongfully done against you. The wonderful thing about it is that once you do, it will never come back to haunt you, because it'll strengthen you for the future you. And I see that playing out in my life, definitely. And and it was so cute too, because she called me Reese's Pieces. She said, Reese's Pieces, God told me to she said that I would keep having these like little episodes of crying. So I have to tell you about that. So I'm sorry, the video is like all over the place, but I hosted an event at my house with a bunch of prophets, basically. And it was amazing. The day before, I went to Walmart with my kids. One of them wanted some candy, so I was like, all right, let's go to Walmart. So we went to Walmart. As we're passing the Kleenex kind of tissues, God says to me, go back and get a box of tissues. And I was like, why? Now, I'm a mess when it comes to God. He knows me. I'm always like, what? Why? Got to do all that. But anyway, so he's like, get the box of tissues. And I was like, why? I don't need no tissues. Nobody got no cold, nothing like that. And then I just walked right by him, and then I stopped, and then I said, hold on, y'all, let me go back and get these tissues. And my daughter, my 11-year-old, she said, why are you getting these tissues? And I said, because God is telling me to get them, so I'm gonna just get them. And she said, is somebody gonna cry at the meeting tomorrow? And I was like, I don't know, I guess so. He told me to get the tissues, I'm gonna get a box. So I got the tissues. The next day, it was me. It was me. Because they started prophesying over me. They started saying so many things. And I was just like, yeah. It's a mess. And then, and it was cute because at one point, my dad, I call him my dad, there's two of them, Gary and Russ. Russ wasn't there. Gary was there. So Gary says to my other girl, Lisandra, who was there, he's like, Sandy, you pray for Patrice all the time. So, like in your private time. So come up and pray for Patrice now. And when, like, the thing is, he don't know that. you know, God had to tell him that. Like, he don't know, you know, and very few people know how close like certain ones of us are. And so he's just like, yeah, you pray for her all the time. Come pray for her now. And so she was like, what? And so she came up and prayed for me. And of course, that alone is going to make me, you know, cry. And then another one, Marie, oh my gosh, Marie, at some point she looked at me and she was just like, I love you. And I was like, ah, like, because I've had people tell me all my life, you know, well, I won't say people. My mother has always told me she loved me unconditionally, but it's not unconditional love. It's not. It's just not. And so I don't know, like when somebody tells me they love me and I really like, you have to, you can't go by what people say. You have to go by the fruit. Okay. Because the fruit that a person bears in their life shows what it really is. So basically I'm saying their actions, you know, their actions will tell you the truth. People could say whatever they want to say all day, but the actions, you know, you look at that and that's what you listen to. So, when she was like, you know, I love you and all, I just like burst out crying. And so Evie was saying that, she said, I feel in my spirit that you will continue to have these little episodes of crying, and it's God's way of allowing you to grieve. And I was like, even in that, he's so sweet to me, because I sometimes am afraid of crying and feel like I can't cry, especially for myself, because I feel like if I start, I'm never going to stop. And I don't like being sad. I'm a genuinely happy person. And somewhere else where I was, they said, even when you're like venting and you're angry and, you know, she was like, there's still a joy underneath with you. Like, what is that with you, you know? And I'm like, that's just God, because I can't do this, you know, on my own. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that I wanted to share for this go round. I want to keep these videos relatively short. I don't want to do big, long anything, take up all your time and all that. But I just love my prophetic family. I love being around them. I love hearing from them and being loved in a way that I just I don't know, like their love actually shows me just a different side, you know. Well, I want to say a different side of love, but again, I don't looking back, I don't believe the other love is real, you know, genuine love, because it just doesn't make any sense anymore. It doesn't, you know, because the up and down, the like nice, now I'm gonna be mean to you, nice, mean, nice, mean, nice, mean, nice, mean. That's not love, you know. So yeah, all right, so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and hit the little bell to be notified of more videos if you care to, and I'll see you next time. Bye.